I'm honored to be here today. I'm going to now ask my sister and friend, Ms. Tenille Evans, an organizer with the Chicago Teachers Union, a parent, lives on the west side. That's a long way from the south side. This is one city. The Chicago Teachers Union is on. Tenille, give us an update on the strike. The first strike by a charter company in the United States of America. Teachers are now pushing back. Come on, Ms. Evans.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Jesse Jackson, for this honor. We thank you for supporting the teachers and the union and public education. We are out on a picket line. That's why I lost my voice, just screaming and demanding that my voice be heard. We want our voices to be heard for smaller class sizes. We have over 40 students in classes that our teachers and paraprofessionals are working with. We are advocating for special education services. We want sanctuary schools. We want fair compensation, that our highly quality educators and PSRPs will stay in our schools year after year. And so the CEO, Rich Rodriguez, we call him Richie Rich, he's hiding the money. He's making all the money and sprinkling down the coins and pennies to us. And our students are getting left out. The resources are being depleted because they're filling their pockets up with all the money. And we're sick and tired of it. We're tired. We're tired of the excuses. We're tired of the fact that they say they don't have any money, but they have money to invest in what they want to invest in. We're tired of the oversized classrooms. We're tired of them closing public schools or trying to expand charter schools. We're tired of the budget cuts. We're tired of them saying that you lose your job today, oh, but we got a job over here for somebody else tomorrow. We're tired of that. We're tired of the special education cuts. We're tired of the money that's there that's not being applied back into our communities for our students, because they deserve the same resources and a just Chicago for all and not just for downtown or somewhere. So that is why we are out fighting. That is why we are standing for what's right. Because when our children are under attack, we're going to fight back. When our teachers are under attack, we're going to fight back. When our schools are under attack, we are going to fight back. When the community is under attack, oh, we are fighting back. Like in the words of Jesse Jackson, we're keeping hope alive. We're keeping hope alive. And we're going to keep walking. We're going to keep picketing. We're going to keep marching because we're keeping hope alive that they will bargain in good faith. We will get a stellar contract. We will get a fair contract, equal for all. Oh, we marching and we keeping hope alive. We thank you all for your support. Stand vigilant with us. Hold our hands. Bring us some coffee out there if you can. It's cold out there, but we're doing it for a good cause. We're doing it for the betterment of the community, for your child, for my child. We all in this together, and we just need to keep hope alive. We just need to keep hope alive and keep marching and keep fighting. And that's what the Chicago Teachers Union is doing. That's what our teachers are doing. That's what our PSRPs are doing. So these politicians better get ready, because we coming if you don't do right by our students.
Fired up! I am excited. How can you be self-respecting, God-loving, in the city of Chicago or any other place in the United States of America, and you've never been in a march, you've never been in a demonstration, you've never shown any outrage when children get killed, when schools get closed, when people get locked up and don't have a fair day? Thank God for you, Miss Evans. I've got two brief assignments. Brother Will Hall, thank you for introducing Dr. Jamie T. Pleasant. But I need to revisit that. Dr. Pleasant, please stand. And I'm going to ask you to turn around and face the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a modern day polymath. What does that mean? Dr. Pleasant is a teacher or professor at Clark Atlanta University, a man who's a graduate in physics at Benedict College, a man that has his MBA from Clark Atlanta University, a man that got his PhD in business from Georgia Tech. Don't applaud just yet. The first, as they would say, colored, African-American, Negro in 111 years to get a PhD from Georgia Tech School of Business. He has spent the last several days with my father. I am grateful, but he's also a minister who wants to teach economic principles on rebuilding communities. Why are you sitting at home and you're not out here at the Rainbow Push headquarters to see such a brilliant man? Now, if his name was Euripides, Aristophanes, Socrates, you would look at him different. The man was a football player, a cornerback, and God has blessed him and he's never stopped. Give him a loving round of applause. And ladies and gentlemen, that's my message for the day. School is open. Black colleges work. Clark Atlanta is accepting students right now. You need to apply. Parents, children, even some grandparents. Now, before I bring my father up to resume his rightful place, there was a major funeral this past week. The teachers union, to you all. The charter schools is the first step in privatization. Now that they've opened the books, these private concerns that are using public dollars to teach our children, we can't see the books because they say they're private. They advertise they're public and all children can attend. But did you know that that school has now banked $10 million? They've got $10 million in their savings from the city of Chicago. They have enough money to raise the wages for the teachers. I don't like to fix the blame, I want to fix the problem. We want to have Sierra School return that money back to the citizens of the city of Chicago. If you're not using it to teach, what are you doing? Next point. I am so proud of my father, the Reverend Jesse Jackson, Dr. Grant. I saw all this adulation for George H.W. Bush. But God knows we need a platform where truth can be spoken. And Dad, I want to thank you for letting me be on this program. People thought I had an issue with the Chicago police. I never had an issue with the police. Somebody breaks in your house, you call the police, not the preacher. We need strong policing. I could care less about Commander John Burge. I was more concerned about this woman right here. Ms. Johnson, raise your hand. Please stand, Ms. Johnson. It was her son that was tortured by Commander John Burge when he was 13 years of age. That he got fired for torturing this child and was never prosecuted. I was standing for Ms. Johnson. I wasn't standing against John Burge. I was standing for justice. I wasn't against police. I want justice for all. And now that Mr. George H. Bush shall lie and rest and meet his eternal maker, he's the same man that vetoed the 1964 Voting Rights Act. He wasn't in support. He's the same man that ran with Ronald Wilson Reagan. After they left Detroit, they went to Philadelphia, Mississippi to go to the Tallahatchie River where Schwerner, Goodman, and Cheney were killed, and they started a frontal assault against civil rights, against Voting Rights Act. They put in Jim Crow in the modern era. I don't want to play politics, I want to speak the truth. When we talk about Nicaragua, El Salvador, Honduras and drugs and cocaine, and Oliver North and drugs for guns, running and cocaine import agency, the CIA, that has these drugs in our community, these drugs aren't grown in our neighborhoods. When we started seeing the Willie Horton ad, when we look at the invasion of Iraq, where we took out a kingdom, Saddam Hussein had a beef, talking about the 19th province of the Byzantine Empire where they were stealing oil out of the sand, one country versus another. Mr. George H.W. Bush used our military to return a king to power. They didn't ask for democracy because they wanted oil contracts. And $6 trillion later, I want to thank God for my father, the Reverend Jesse Jackson, for having been a peacemaker, having gone to Iraq, having met with Saddam Hussein, who tried to show America a more excellent way. Dad, God bless you. Blessed are the peacemakers, the Reverend Jesse Jackson.